Hey, everybody, and welcome to this week's call, which is prospecting. I'm so excited about the guest trainer that we have today, and I'm really excited also to kind of recap last week. So, last week we talked about goals, time management, and accountability. You heard from myself talking about time management and some of the myths of time management and how you can focus on maximizing your time because you have such important and driving whys. So you need to be strategic with your time. And then with goals, Joe talked to you about how you could set goals to now. So you know exactly how to act on your goals right now. And then Jeff talked about accountability. What a great topic that is, and how accountable we are to each other, to our business partners, to our customers, and how powerful that can be when it's done right. This week, we're going to talk about prospecting. And before I introduce the guest speaker and the guest trainer for today, I wanted to kind of set up this topic. Prospecting, your personal prospecting efforts are influential and contagious. So I encourage you to be more mindful of your prospecting efforts and attitudes. And as you do, your teams and your prospects will see and hear that difference. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to the guest trainer today, who is Jim Larson, Elite 5 Lexus Achiever leader at R&F, and he also is, I think, definitely on his way to FX.
Hello. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you just fine, Jim.
All right, sounds great. Well, Chase, hey, thanks so much for inviting me to be on here. I am super excited, especially I think about this topic. When I look over the journey that you guys in the Level Up program are going through over these 12 weeks, if you really plug into this, your business is going to be transformed. And I come from a position where I truly believe that if your business is transformed, your life is transformed. And so it gets very, very exciting. And this program really excites me, Chase. So thank you for putting this on, organizing it, running it, for inviting me. I'm really, really honored to be here. So as he mentioned, I am Jim Larson. I run this business with my wife, Sonia. You'll see her pictured there. And then our 3 kids are really our business partners because we can't get anything done without them because they're all over us all the time. We've been in business now for about 3.5 years. We are Elite 5 leaders. We were in Maui with the corporate team back in March. And what a fantastic and awesome, amazing, and really for us, I mean, surreal trip. So we've been in business about 3.5 years, guys. We've learned a lot along the way, and I don't want to take much time introducing my story. I'll tell you quickly that my wife and I are both registered nurses. We come from a background of working overnight shifts, handing kids back and forth like ships in the night, getting by, never getting ahead. And it was that moment when we were introduced to Rodan & Fields, and also that moment when we said no way, but we were able to watch and stalk our friends for like 8 months. And it was that journey where we became aware of the brand and we did our research. And like a lot of your stories, it took a while for the light bulb really to come on to understand what it was that was in front of us. So we joined in December of 13. And we've been in business about 3.5 years. It was 20 months until the point we qualified for our Lexus. And it was just, gosh, I mean, a year ago now. So that was just over 2 years in the spring that we hit Elite. And I was actually able to leave my job and Sonia had left hers before. So we are doing this business full time together as a husband-wife couple, as a family. And it's really, really an incredible and awesome opportunity. And it's surreal to us. I mean, from where we came to where we are, it's been an amazing, amazing ride. And I really want to, I've become so passionate about this brand, about this opportunity, about this business that, you know, when I look over those 12 weeks and, you know, to be on, it's an honor to get to be asked to train in any of these weeks. But my feeling really is that you're going to go over an incredible journey, but none of that journey in 12 weeks is going to matter for your business or yourself if you do not nail prospecting and sponsoring. So I'm super passionate about this. We're in a place right now where we have personally sponsored 61 direct consultants. So we know something about sponsoring. We're not the best at it in this business. Our journey has not been the fastest, and you don't usually find us on leaderboards for anything. But our journey is consistent. And that's one of the points I want to bring up. So today, we're going to go through prospecting and sponsoring. I'm going to give you 4 dependents that sponsoring is dependent on, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to give you 4 practicalities and pitfalls. So we're splitting this into 2 parts. The first part is the 4 things that sponsoring is dependent on, and then the 4 pitfalls and practicalities. So to start off, guys, sponsoring really is all about your goals. When I'm doing a one-on-one training with somebody and, you know, they're at a point in business or they're at a plateau, they're trying to figure out how to get to the next level, I always comes back to me for what do you want to achieve in this business? You joined this for a reason. What was that reason? Why did you join this business? And I ask people very specifically to quantify that. Oh, can you guys see me now? Oh, this is way more fun. I ask people all the time to quantify their goals, because here's why. I would talk to one girl and she would say something like, oh, well, I really want more time with my family. And I say, great. I mean, that's an awesome goal. And then I talked to another girl that afternoon and, oh, I really want more time with my family. Well, I've learned as a coach to ask them to quantify that, because for the one girl, I would say, hey, what does more time with your family mean? Like, how much money do you have to bring in business in order to buy that time or free up that time with your family? And she might say, well, $500 a month. And the same girl with the same goal, I might ask her another girl with the same goal later, what would that mean? And she's going to turn around, well, I could just get like $5,000 a month. Whoa, those are very different financial goals if we're looking at this from a business strategy perspective. And so what I'm going to challenge you today is we're going to go through tips and tricks in sponsoring and how to be consistent doing that, but it's going to come down to your goals. It's going to come down to knowing what you want out of this business. You didn't join this business because you were like, I just want to sign PCs. No, before this business, you didn't know what PC meant. You joined this business for a reason. So always have that reason in mind. Now, I get into sponsoring because here's why. It depends on your goals. And I bring that up because for someone whose goal is to make $500 a month, to be completely honest with you, we're going to focus heavily on selling product. We really are. You can make money selling product. I never want to discount that. You can make good money selling product. But I'm a reader, guys. I'm a nerdy reader. I've read the policy and procedures. I've read it through and through. I've read it 48 times. Every time they release a new one, I read over it again. And here's why. Because in my mind, this is like a game, and that's like my rule book. I have to read that. If I want to know how to win the game, if I want to know how to play by the rules, if I want to know what I'm doing, I have to know how the game operates. So I pull this out and I read this, and what I read becomes very clear to me. If I want to unlock higher earning potential, I need to sponsor a team. There's no way around that. I just simply have to do it. It's not rude. It's not mean. It's just the rules of the game. I think back to my childhood playing the game. You guys remember the game Trouble, the one on the table where you like pop the bubble and the die tells you like how many to go around. I remember playing that with my mom. And she is the sweetest woman in the whole world. And she could not get herself to squash anybody and send them home. She couldn't do it. She would try to move any other piece. I mean, just try to do anything to avoid squashing somebody because, well, they worked hard to get there. And she didn't want to hurt their feelings or anything. So she would play the game, but wouldn't squash anybody. Now, did she participate? Sure she did. Did she play with us? Yes. Was it fun? Sure. Did she win? No, never. She never won, guys, because the point is that she held back a necessary piece of the game if she wanted to move forward. I use another analogy with football. Like to play football, a big part of the game is running and passing. You've got to be able to do both of those things. Now, can you field a team and only run the ball? Yes. Are you going to win many games? No. And you're like, well, I'm not good at passing the ball. It's not a skill of mine. Well, you better learn it or you're not going to win. And that's how I approach prospecting and sponsoring. If you want to achieve big goals and you have things you want to achieve, you simply have to cross the bridge and learn how to do this. But it's going to be a skill you can learn, and that's what's really exciting. So let's move right into this, guys. I'm going to give you the 4 things that prospecting or sponsoring is dependent on. Sponsoring is 1, dependent on inviting. 2, it's dependent on mindset. 3, it's dependent on belief. And then 4, it's dependent on consistency. I'm going to go through each one of those. So sponsoring, guys, is dependent on inviting. I tell our team, you don't actually have to be good at anything in this business except inviting. You actually have to be good at inviting. And the art of inviting really is this balancing act between quantity and quality. We are constantly in this business inviting people to learn more. And that's what we do. We reach out in prospecting, and I'm going to go through the format of my message in a minute. But we're constantly inviting people to learn more. And that learning more can come in so many various formats. Learning more could be inviting them to an event. It could be inviting them to listen to a recorded opportunity call. It could be inviting them to watch a video or read an article. We're constantly inviting people to something, to learn more somehow. And so every single message that we're sending is just that invitation. That's all a message is. It's a very simple invitation. Now, again, I mentioned that that invitation is a balancing act between quantity and quality. Now, I want to focus on quality for a second because I'm a firm believer that you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. One of the biggest mistakes I see made in prospecting is that people spend way too much time stressing over that perfect message. They get so held up. What do I say? What do I say? What's an example of language? Ooh, I need the perfect message. And guys, let me tell you, the response that you're going to get to that message has nothing to do with that message. Nothing. The response to your message has everything to do with the rapport that you've built with the person you're sending it to. Stop focusing so much on crafting the perfect message. There is no such thing as a perfect message. There isn't. That's the biggest mistake is I watch people spend so much time stressing to try to write something perfect, and there's not. Guys, I could write a book on the number of messages I've sent out that I really wish I could take back. I look back to our very first, when we first joined the business and we were sending messages to everybody. I think our message was straight up a BBL transcript. I mean, that thing was, if you printed it, it was probably 5 pages long. Like if it popped up on their phone, they are scrolling like for days to get to the bottom. I mean, that was a bad message. That was about as bad and broke like every rule in human etiquette that there is. And yet we still got business out of it, guys, because always, the response to that message isn't about the message. It's about the rapport that you've built with the person. So understand, we want to get better at messaging. We want to get better at inviting. We want to do that, but we don't want to stress over the language so much that we forget that quantity is also very, very important, arguably much more important. Jim Rohn says that to succeed in sales, simply talk to lots of people. And here's the exciting thing. There are lots of people. We need to be thinking, guys, in the hundreds and not the dozens. Let me say that again. When it comes to prospecting, we need to be thinking in the hundreds and not the dozens. We need to be talking to lots of people. And the more we do it, the better we're going to get at it. I know that it sounds overwhelming and scary to some people. I know that messaging even sounds scary. But let's break messaging down for a second, because it doesn't have to be the scary thing that you make it out to be. It's a very, very simple invitation. The invitation that I send has 4 parts. 4 parts, very simple. And I'm not going to give you my words because my words are not important. I want you to have your words. But here are my parts. 1, greeting. Hi, Sarah. How are you? It's been a while. Just a greeting, guys. You know how to greet people. The second part is I'm going to tell them that I'm really excited about my business, because I am. I'm super excited about this business, not just because it retired both of us from our jobs and we're now, living life on our terms. Of course, that's exciting. I was excited about this business the day we started, before we ever made a single sale. I saw the potential. So I was excited. And so I wanted to share that excitement. So, hey, Sarah, how are you? Hey, I'm reaching out today because I'm super excited about this opportunity that we joined. Third part is I think it would really interest or benefit you. I'm not reaching out for me. In fact, my business is going to succeed with or without you. I'd love to invite you along with me. I'd love for you to see what this is. I would love, because I know what this is going to do for us. I think it's going to be amazing for you. So I want to include just an element, not long, a sentence, one single sentence maybe. Hi, Sarah, how are you? Hey, I'm super excited about this opportunity that I joined. And you know what? I really think that it would interest you. 3 parts. The 4th part is that last sentence, that single invitation to learn more. And that learning more is, again, in any various format. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Hey, I just joined this opportunity that I'm super excited about. I really think it might benefit you. If I sent you a short video, would you find some time to watch it? Hey, our corporate team is coming into town this weekend. I've got a couple of guest tickets. I'd love for you to join me. Are you free? Hey, Sarah, if I sent you an article, would you think you'd find time to read it? Or hey, do you have some time to chat this week? I don't care what that last sentence is. It's a very simple sentence, just inviting her or him to learn more. That's it, guys. That's your whole message. You don't have to stress out over it. It is a 4-sentence message. And when you get it down to 4 sentences, it's not hard to send it to lots of people. So it's a simple greeting. I'm excited. It would benefit you. Would you learn more? Would you be interested in learning more from whatever part? And so that's how sponsoring is dependent on inviting. Let's move to sponsoring is dependent on mindset. You've got to get used to hearing no. We work in a no business, guys. We do. One of the analogies that was given to me early on in this business was, think of the waitress Flo at the restaurant offering coffee. She's offering it. Hey, do you want a refill on your coffee? Some people are going to say yes. Some people are going to say no. Does she take the no personally? They didn't want my coffee. No, she doesn't take it personally. She knows that she's going to offer it. That's all she's doing, is offering it. Does she get scared to offer it because someone might say no to her? Or maybe they would think less of her? No, she doesn't care. She's offering coffee. Their response is not her responsibility. She's just going to offer it. Understand you're going to hear no. You're going to hear no a lot. Get used to that. But guys, we don't do this for the no. And because we don't do it for the no, we don't worry about the no. We do this business for the yes. So Sonia and I hosted a team retreat this past spring, and I guess it still is. It's just flipped to summer, didn't it? All right. So a couple months back, we hosted a team retreat at the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. And we had 55 people come from all over the country on our team to stay in this giant cabin. It was an amazing time. And we went around the room and, you know, I had people each talk about a way that this business has changed their lives. And I will tell you, I mean, we were not 10 people into that when there was not already a dry eye in the room. I mean, to see the way that lives are changing, whether it's simply through personal development or financial gain or time freedom or any number of ways, it became a powerful reminder to me that, you know what, these are the people I do this business for. I do this for the yes. I know that some people are going to say no. Some of my friends are going to say yes and join us and have. And some of our friends are going to say no and they're never going to join us. And that's okay. I don't love either one of those groups differently. But I'm going to continue and offer because I'm watching life change and it's amazing and it's awesome. And I've got the best freaking job in the whole world. I do this for the yes. But if I'm going to find a yes, I have to be offering this. And part of offering is knowing that I'm going to hear a no. So no does not bother me because I know every single no I hear is getting me closer to hearing that yes. And then another part of this, guys, is understanding this very, very important point that sponsoring isn't up to you. It's not. Ultimately, it's their decision to decide that this is a right fit for them. It's their decision. There is so much in this business that we can't control. But what we can control are how many people we talk to and how long that takes us. That's what we can control. We can control the activity. You know, I used to set monthly business goals. I used to say, hey, this month I want to sponsor 2 new people and I want 10 new PCs. And I would work hard and I'd get to the end of the month and I didn't sponsor anyone and I got no new PCs. And I'd go into the next month. All right, sponsor 2 people, get 10 PCs. And I'd get to the end of the month and we didn't get any new anybody. And it got very frustrating to keep missing goals. And what I learned is I was setting results-based goals in a business where the results aren't up to me. And that was liberating. So what I do now, guys, is I set activity-based goals. Here's the activity I'm going to commit to do. Now I'm going to succeed or fail, and it's totally going to be on me, but I understand that if I'm consistent doing the work, the results are going to come. Huge flip in my mindset, guys. Now I can succeed every single day because it's all dependent on me. So the next thing I want to give you is that sponsoring is dependent on your belief. And what I want you to do is I want you to, and you don't have to do this now, but keep this in mind. You should be able to rattle off and know 3 reasons everyone you should know should be an R&F consultant. You should know that. That should be easy to you. Because if you can't do that easily, if you don't really believe that everyone should be a Rodan & Fields consultant, then neither will they. It's your belief that's going to inspire them to partner with you. So you need to work through that and understand why people would want to do this. Why is this awesome? Why is this awesome for them? Have those 3 reasons and really ingrain them, because when you believe it, you're going to be far more inspiring to help them believe it. But if you don't believe it, they're certainly not. And the next thing on belief is you've got to believe that you are really positioned for something amazing. Nobody wants to join something that sucks. They don't. I'm sorry. I did not wake up today and say, boy, I hope somebody's doing something that sucks and they're going to invite me to come along with them. That's like asking me to help you move. Like, okay, I mean, I might, but there better be some good beer and like 18 pizzas for life involved in that. I mean, seriously, like nobody wants to do something that sucks. So how are you portraying this business? Is this a drag or is this awesome? Are you having fun? Is your paycheck or even your potential paycheck exciting to you? Are you sharing that excitement on social media or in your messaging? People have to believe and see that this is awesome for you. Show them that. Show them that. Because if you are wandering around like your life sucks and this sucks, then they're not going to want to partner with you guys. That's just true. The last thing that sponsoring is dependent on is your consistency. Our current realities in every avenue of our life, in every area, from our finances to our relationships, to our physical condition, to our business, everything that we see in our life were created by us. And it's taken our whole lives to this point to get to exactly where we are. We created it. But rarely ever were those realities, the reality of your finances, the reality of your physical condition, the reality of your business, ever influenced by a single action or a single day. Those realities are brought about by our day in and day out habits that we don't even think about. If you've got a large savings account, you don't have it because you won the lottery. You have it because you've disciplined yourself to get out of debt and commit to saving money. If you're physically fit, you didn't get fit because you chose a salad one day and walked the neighborhood. No, you did it because you set up habits of a consistently healthy lifestyle. If you want to make a change or you want to grow something awesome, you have that potential. You have the potential right now to grow an amazing business or a terrible one. And that's totally up to the habits that you're going to create. Do you just work when you feel like it? Do you only work when it's convenient for you? Or do you work intentionally even when it's uncomfortable? Because you know that that discipline is going to develop the habits, and those habits are going to drive the results. Guys, that is a profound truth that took me a long time to understand, that my reality was created by me. And the minute I take responsibility for everything, I've got the power to change anything. But that change doesn't happen with a decision or a belief. That change happens with consistent behavior that develops habits. And then those habits, day in and day out over time, are going to drive the change toward the goal that I have. That's how you're going to grow this business. So let's transition into part 2. I want to give you 4 practicalities and 4 pitfalls. No, sorry, 4 practicalities and pitfalls, just 4 things in that overarching category. So if our business is dependent on our habits, what habits should we be developing? They're simple. And it has to be simple, guys, because if our business depends on duplication. So it has to be simple. Our habits, I ask myself 3 questions every day, 3, and it's very simple. Did I write 5 new invitations today? Did I message people and invite 5 new people to learn more? Do I have an event to plug into within the next 2 weeks on my calendar? Whether it's a BDL, whether it's, a local event, whether it's a corporate event, whether it's a virtual event, do I have something to invite people to and plug into within the next 2 weeks? And if I don't, guess what? I'm going to make one. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do it and host it. I can be at my house, can be at a bar, can be at a coffee shop. I don't care where. I'm going to make it happen. And did I promote my business on social media? 3 questions. That's it. That's my day. Did I reach out to 5 people inviting them to learn more? Do I have an event within the next 2 weeks coming up? And did I promote my business on social media? Now you're going to get into that, I think, in this week on social media. I'm going to tell you my quick hit rule is 3 to 1, 3 personal posts to 1 business post. Don't litter your people. People don't go on Facebook or go on Instagram to buy stuff. They want to see what's new with your life. Well, what's new is this business, and it's awesome, so it should be part of what you're doing. Not all you're posting, but part of what you're doing. But did I promote my business? Those 3 questions. Now, what do I need in order to practice these habits? I need to know, so those are the habits we need to set up. If you do that day in and day out, guys, you're going to win the game. You're going to win this business. Day in, day out, those 3 questions. But what do you need if you're going to do those things? Number 1, you've got to know why you're doing this. And I think you guys plugged into why already. When I coach why, I tell people it's got to be something that's big enough to excite you, but not so big it overwhelms you. And you've got to remind yourself of it often because it has to be big enough to get you off the couch. I've had some leaders describe their why, your why has to make you cry. I don't know, guys, I never had a why that made me cry. And I don't think that's necessary. So if you don't have a why that makes you cry, don't feel bad. You're in all right company, I think. I don't have a big, amazing why, but I've got a couple things that are really exciting enough to make me work, exciting enough to let me stay up late or wake up early because I know, gosh, if I just pull that off, that's going to be awesome. So I need to know why I'm doing this, and it has to be exciting. I need a list. I need to be organized. You can straight up Google to figure out how to print your Facebook list, or you can ask it, or you can straight up print your Google list, or you can add it to an Excel spreadsheet. Teamsy is a great app that you can use. There are 1,000 systems, and I really don't care which system you use, but you've got to have a system. Because if you only have 30 minutes in a day to work your business, you don't want to spend those 30 minutes thinking about who to reach out to and then what to say. And I watch people do that all the time. 30 minutes are gone, and they didn't do anything because it was all spent thinking. Then, what do you need to practice the habits? You need new people. Keep expanding your list. Lifestyle marketing, guys, out of the house, reaching out, connecting with people, being friends, friendly, smiling, shaking hands. Hey, I really enjoyed meeting with you. Can we link up on social media or LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram? Doesn't matter. Connect with them, because once you connect with them, they're going to see that you're promoting your business and you're having fun. And then they're going to be intrigued so that when you turn around and reach out to them, they're already intrigued and you built a nice rapport. It's not that hard. That's just the way that we're going to move day in and day out. You need new people. Now, I'm closing up here, but I'm going to give you 5 reasons why people fail, and I just want you to be aware of this. People fail because they don't do the work. And they don't do the work for 5 reasons. 1 is they didn't have a why that excited them. And because they weren't excited, they didn't prioritize their time and they felt too busy. Busy is a myth. Busy doesn't exist. It just means that it wasn't a priority. But you know what? It wasn't a priority because their why wasn't big enough, or they didn't believe that this avenue was going to get them to that why. 2, sometimes people don't actually know what to do. They're overwhelmed. We give them this list of 85 things they have to be doing, and they're on like 18 Facebook pages and notifications are pouring in. And it's like, I want to work my business, but I don't actually know what to do. 3, maybe they're too insecure and scared and self-doubting to put themselves out there. So they get set to message and, they just can't click send. Or maybe they lacked consistency and they started and stopped themselves so many times they never gained momentum. Or maybe they allowed the doubt of others, you're really doing that, to rob their confidence and get them to stop. So whatever that reason, guys, it all comes down to one thing. They didn't do the work. The people who do the work consistently over time, they're going to succeed, guys. They're going to. It's going to happen. When I watch people that don't succeed, I guarantee you they simply didn't do the work. It's not hard. We can dive into why they didn't do the work. I gave you 5 reasons why people don't do the work, but the bottom line is they didn't do the work. So don't be them. Do the work. It's not hard work. We're not digging trenches 13 hours a day. The last thing I want to leave you guys with before I close is the 2 light bulb theory. This is proprietary information, guys. I made up this theory myself, and I put my stamp on it. Boom. 2 light bulb theory. Every success story in this business has 2 light bulb moments. One is the light bulb when they realize that this business is worth joining, and they join. For us, it took 8 months for that light bulb to turn on. We were introduced to it. We said no. We watched. Finally, that light bulb clicks on. And we sometimes forget that there's a second light bulb. The second light bulb is that moment we realize that this business is worth working despite the 1,000 reasons and distractions and whatever's not to. That moment when we realize, gosh, this is worth doing. Sometimes as leaders, as up-and-coming leaders, we make the mistake of thinking that both of those light bulbs come on at the same time for people. They don't. Sometimes we make the mistake of thinking that we can help that light bulb come on faster. We can't. So when you're prospecting somebody and they seem close, and that light bulb hasn't clicked on, there's nothing you can do. Don't wait for them. Keep prospecting. Fill that funnel with lots of people, because every month that light bulb's gonna come on for someone, and you don't control when that timing is right. You don't control when that light bulb comes on. And then secondly, don't make the mistake of thinking just because light bulb 1 came on, that light bulb 2 came on. We make that mistake and we pull people. Hey, come on, you want this? Let's go, let's go, let's go. And they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And they joined, they were super excited coming in. And then what? You're 3 weeks in and they haven't done anything. It's okay. It's okay. Just means the second light bulb hasn't come on yet. It doesn't mean it's ever going to. I don't control the light bulbs. You don't control the light bulbs. So much in this business we can't control. The only thing we can control is how many people we talk to and how fast we talk to them. Don't try to make the light bulb go on. Simply share an exciting business. What we do in this business is we stay consistent. We cast a vision for what this can be for them, and we love our journey. And if you do those things, guys, you're going to be successful in this business. Stay consistent to do the work, even when you don't feel like it. Cast a vision for your not yet business partners and your current business partners for what this is going to do for them, and cast a vision for yourself on what this is going to do for you. And then lastly, just love the journey. Have fun, because I promise you, nobody's going to join something that sucks. Love you all. Thanks so much for tuning in. Chase, I'm all set, man. Thank you so much for having me. I hope this was awesome.
Jim, that was absolutely awesome. And what I'd love is if you could take us through the weekly challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so guys, I've got a few challenges that I want you to do. And I think you guys are doing this every single week. So your personal challenges, I want you to assemble a trifecta of third-party resources that you have ready when you're inviting people to learn more and they say, heck yeah, I'd be willing to learn more. Well, you've got to have something to send them. So assemble your third-party trifecta of resources, whether it's, I love the doctor's video of themselves explaining the vision behind their business. I love that. I send that to people all the time. It can be a recorded opportunity call. It doesn't matter, but have that ready, a trifecta of things ready to send people. I usually I like the Forbes article, actually. I keep that one around because some people like written material. And I don't like it just coming from me. And I don't even like it coming from another consultant. I want to show them third-party resources. So have that ready, a trifecta that you keep. The second thing I want you to personally do is I want you to write down those 3 daily questions and post it in a place you can see it, by your computer, somewhere else. Did I reach out to 5 new people today? Do I have an event to plug into in the next 2 weeks? Did I promote my business on social media? You're going to post that so that can be your reminder. Was I successful today? Guess what? Success is dependent on you, and those are your questions you can ask yourself. So those are your personal challenges. Let's flip over to team challenges. For your team challenges, I want you to read through that Level Up Facebook page that you guys are on. I want you to share your 5 favorite prospecting tips with the team. Ask them to share your own. Because what I want you to do with your team is I want you to start a dialogue on prospecting so you can create a culture of prospecting and sponsoring, because when you create that culture, you're going to drive momentum and excitement down your whole organization. So start that conversation with some great tips. Now, what you can also do is turn around in that same conversation and add those 3 questions. See, we don't want people to give up doing the work because they're overwhelmed. So don't overwhelm them. Tell them it's very simple. Invite 5 people a day to learn more. Have an event within 2 weeks to plug into, and promote your business on social media. Boom. Make it simple and people will duplicate it. And let's move lastly over to your prospecting challenge. I want you guys to do this day in and day out this week. I like 5-5-5, and I've thrown this up as a challenge for our team. 5-5-5 to me means, did I do 5 new reach outs? Did I do 5 follow-ups? And did I add 5 new people on social media every single day? And again, one of those dependents, guys, is adding new people. You've got to be adding new people. And a great way to do that is if you've got a hobby that you love, like, I don't know, say you love knitting, or say you love finishing furniture. I don't know what your hobby is. There's a Facebook group for that, guys. Join that Facebook group. Not just so you can go blasting RNF. Go there to chat, to interact, because you genuinely like this and you're going to meet people. You're going to connect with them on social media. So 5 new reach outs, 5 follow-ups, and 5 new social media contacts every day for the next week. And that will, I think, really carry you, because it carried us.
Jim, that was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I can, I think, speak for the rest of the group that you are truly one of a kind. And I absolutely love not only the mindset that you create for prospecting, but the actions that follow. So thank you so much for this great training today.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
And as I said at the beginning, your personal prospecting efforts are influential and contagious. And it's very obvious as you hear from Jim that his team obviously catches on to that contagiousness that he has, and they see great results. So as you complete these personal and team and prospecting challenges, your teams and your prospects will see you as the CEO that you are now, and that you continue to become on a daily basis. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Your actions speak so loudly, I cannot hear what you are saying." So let that guide you through this next week, and I absolutely look forward to engaging with you on the Facebook page and seeing the great results that follow with your prospecting in this next week, as well as moving forward and Level Up. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.